Hello everyone, Drake Robinson here, and if you're ever curious to know what the inside of my mind looks like, here it is. See, the inside of my mind has a lot of things that go through it on a daily basis. Some good, some bad, some not the best. But the thing is, what people don't know is that the inside of my mind, you know. But the thing is, people that don't see inside my mind don't know that there are a million things that go through it. Especially with a guy like me who's at the bottom of the totem pole, who's never been given a fair shake to succeed in life like a lot of other people have. It's just very, very typical for people to just dismiss that and to be holier than thou and to treat me and others who are like me in the world like we're lesser than and inferior, because that's what the blue pillars do. That's what the privileged people do. They look down upon people, who are lesser than, who they feel are lesser than. It's why guys like me feel the way we feel, and we're justified in those feelings. It doesn't matter how hard we work. It doesn't matter what we do. Like I said, I got fired at my last job for making one mistake. Because apparently mistakes aren't something you're allowed to do anymore. So no matter how hard I work, no matter how much hours I put in, no matter how much, you mess up one time and boom, you're gone. Like you never even existed. But that's just the way the world works nowadays. You know, you have to be perfect 1,000% of the time. You know, which is ironic because the privileged blue pillars, they're not perfect. They're far from it, but they get ample opportunity to succeed and just create families and the world is their oyster. Basically, the world is allows them to do everything they don't deserve to, but they get anyways. I say it all the time. There's so many things I've always wanted out of life that I know deep down is an impossible feat when I was younger, and my childhood, which I miss very much. When I was younger and got to experience and didn't know how sick and cruel and twisted and godless and just, I guess so far as to say satanic, this modern world in particular is with social media and stuck up, holier than thou people that inhabit this world. It's definitely it's definitely a trial to, well, yeah, it's definitely more so a struggle to get through some days, and I well, I guess that's just the way that it is. But I guess this is the day and age we live in. Doesn't matter, like I said, yeah, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how hard you work, doesn't matter, none of that matters. It's all about what at the end of the day, I've never believed that destiny is a thing. I've never believed that, but honestly, I'm starting to believe it more and more because that life is predetermined. I've always believed that, life is a. No, I used to be the one to say, no, no, no. Life is what you make it. Life is what, it's about the choices you make. But now, no, I'm a believer in destiny. I'm a firm believer that life is predetermined for you, especially in this modern world. And, it doesn't matter, like I said, because, like I said, if life was about the choices you make and the decisions you make and the type of person you are, I would be treated a lot fairly than I am now in this modern world. But because we are living in the modern world where it's impossible to succeed unless you're a terrible person, you make one mistake, like I said, you're pretty much you're non-existent. Your life is invisible. You are, the world chews you up and spits you out. Like your 3-year expired peanut butter. Like it is, it's sick. It really is. It's twisted. I'm for equality for all. I'm for all that, but I, but apparently this world, especially for us good guys like myself, good, kind-hearted individuals who would do anything for anybody, even if it's not good enough for them, we'll still do it because that's the type of people we are. But regardless, this world obviously doesn't feel the same. But anyways, I didn't want to waste too much time. I just wanted to make that feeling known. I wanted y'all to see what's in the inside of my mind, and hopefully one day, you know, I don't know, maybe if an alien species comes down one day and, they discover my YouTube channel and they they watch these videos and they understand how, the world is not all apples and sunshine and rainbows. Not for everyone. It is for the privileged bunch. It is, the elitist, types. Or the regular privileged person walking down the street. But for guys who are at the bottom of the totem pole like me, who, life's never been fair to, life's never been given the opportunity to be in relationships, to gain meaningful trust, is all their hard work is evaporated after one mistake, how different we are treated as opposed to others. And they understand that, maybe those aliens will understand that things are better on their planet. I don't know. But that's just my feelings, y'all. Yeah, I'm out.